What's going on, Jets fans? Welcome back to another video here on Peg City Hockey. This is going to be recap reaction for game 34 out of 82 for the Winnipeg Jets 2021-2022 season, where they win against the Detroit Red Wings by a score of 3-0, Hellebuck's second shutout of this season. And this was an awesome game for a plethora of different reasons. Obviously, you guys all know that this lineup tonight was makeshift and almost basically the Manitoba Moose's best. A lot of our guys are out right now on the COVID protocol list, and the taxi squad has been very active. I'll throw you up right now on the TSN graphic that they showed before the game. You can take a look at everybody that was out and that we had plugged in today. We had some NHL debuts indeed, and boy, were they some good ones. Declan Chisholm made his NHL debut, as well as Dylan Samberg, and Dylan Samberg also registered his first career NHL point on the first Andrew Copp goal of this game. He got the secondary assist. And Samberg was fantastic tonight, and honestly, the theme of this video is the youngins, because the kids today were awesome. The prospects came into this lineup, and they played amazing. The Jets haven't played hockey in over a week, and before that, another week. They have been long gaps in between these games, and it has been tough, and it is hard to keep yourselves game ready when you're being delayed because of COVID and how all this stuff is going on with the politics of the world right now. There is a lot of uncertainty with the NHL and with these players, and to have this much consistency between the play has been awesome. Obviously, the last game was bad. Don't get me wrong. It was bad. 7-1 is never good, ever. But that being said, there was still elements of that game that you liked. It wasn't as bad of a 7-1 loss as the Montreal or Wild game. This game felt kind of like a rebound to what we saw against St. Louis. This felt like a rebound against Vegas. This was a really good, consistent team that dominated play. They controlled a majority of the play the entire game. That's so refreshing for once. When was the last time you actually could sit back and relax and watch a Jets game and genuinely enjoy it without being terrified constantly when we're in our own end? That's what this game felt like. Like, at times, I was like, oh, why do I feel like, oh, I feel uneasy? What's going on? Why do I feel this way? And then I would just remember, oh yeah, we're actually not playing like crap. And hey, look what happens. Dylan Samberg and Declan Chisholm look like experienced NHLers out there tonight, and they've been fantastic. I'm going to go over and pull up the ice time for both of these players. I have it right over here. Declan Chisholm tonight played 13 minutes and 44 seconds. He did not register any power play time and only played and didn't get any penalty kill time either. But that being said, Dylan Samberg tonight, ladies and gentlemen, almost played 4 minutes on the freaking penalty kill, and next to Dylan DeMello had the most minutes on the penalty kill, and this was one of the best penalty kills we've seen in ages tonight. Ages. There were 5 power play opportunities for the Detroit Red Wings tonight. 5 power play opportunities. They didn't score on one of them. Dylan Samberg looked fantastic, and I'm not going to lie, I want to see Ville Heinola jumping into this lineup before Dylan Samberg, but because of COVID and all of that, we didn't see that happen. Samberg looked fantastic. Do you see why I've been pushing this narrative and so many other Jets fans about youth? Cole Perfetti tonight, playing with Svechnikov and Dubois. That whole top 6 was dynamic as hell. Andrew Copp had a great night. He scored 2 goals. Kyle Connor got the empty netter. Like, this was everything that you wanted in a Jets win. And I know it's Detroit, so take it with a grain of salt. I know I'm going to get people saying that in the comments, and I agree with you. This is Detroit. They are a bad team near the bottom of the league. There's a reason why this team looked so good. Detroit was a weaker team, right? They're 16-16. That's not terrible, but 500 at this point in the season with some winning streaks, you know, they're not very good. They are improving. This was an improving Jets team from where they were last game as well, and they looked great. They looked really, really composed and really smooth and in control of the game and just ready to dominate. And like I said, when you look at this lineup, this is a makeshift lineup. You got Pagansky thrown in there on the third line a little bit. You had a lot of you had a lot of penalty trouble. The penalty kill was flawless tonight, so I'm not going to say penalty kill trouble. I'm not even going to mispronounce that or missay anything about the penalty kill tonight because it was that good. But that doesn't change the fact that this was everything that the Jets needed in a win against Detroit, in my opinion. Especially with the lineup that you had out there. You had immensely improved play from guys that have been struggling a little bit. Andrew Copp has kind of been on the downswing a little bit lately. He's not been as consistent. This was a great return to form for him. He gets his 9th and 10th goal of the season. Kyle Connor gets his 20th goal of the season after being named to his first All-Star game. Congratulations, Kyle Connor. He needed this as well, even though it was an unassisted goal with literally like 2 minutes left in the third period. Empty netter. This is a goal that he needed, and I'm glad he got it. He had a great game tonight. He got robbed a lot, and Nedeljkovic was fantastic tonight. Detroit had a good game. They had a lot of good chances, and the Jets easily could have run up the score if it wasn't for Nedeljkovic, and it wasn't for the fact that they just couldn't get a lot of opportunities off their stick. They had a lot of 2-on-1s that they bumbled. They just couldn't get anything really going with it. But that doesn't mean they were bad, right? Like, the Jets are one of these teams where you could say they didn't have a lot of offense going at times, couldn't capitalize, but could somehow still win a game 3-0. This was a great game, lots of improved play all around. You had a really good defensive core out there tonight with a lot of youth. Helle was fantastic tonight. As Zach would say, the Helle bunker was in full effect tonight. I'm a little bit in awe of how awesome this was to watch. All I wanted to see tonight, win or lose, was the youth play well. And the youth exceeded my expectations. Cole Perfetti looked fantastic. He deserves to be on this team full time. I think you can make the argument now that you have a really legit prospect core back there on the back end. That you might be able to move a Brendan Dillon after this season, depending on how the progress goes with the Sandberg and all of that. Not to mention, you do have Logan Stanley, who is still an interesting piece. Ville Heinola. Declan Chisholm is going to be a couple years away from being consistently an NHLer, but still looked great tonight in 14 minutes almost. Like, everything you would want to see as a Jets fan, as a Moose fan, as a fan of this organization, the prospects, the team that's ready to try to compete now, and everything else. This was everything you wanted. And I can't get over it a little bit. Was it a perfect game? Hell no. It never is a perfect game with the Winnipeg Jets. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't enjoyable. Like I said, when was the last time you guys could sit there in your chairs and watch a Jets game without being extremely stressed out? And yeah, there were times where you could get stressful because it's hockey, it's sports. You're always going to have a little bit of stress in your life. That's why you watch it. It's exciting, it's exhilarating, it's fun. But this really felt like the Jets game. And not the Jets game to lose. Like, this was just the Jets out there playing with the Detroit Red Wings. And the Detroit Red Wings still had a great game, but that's just how good and consistent the Jets look compared to where they've been in past parts of this season. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you need to do against weaker opponents. You need to play well. Get your confidence back, especially after losing 7-1. Connor Helle pitches a donut tonight. That's typical of him after really bad blowout losses. This was everything the Jets needed to do after that last game. Everything to a T. And not even with the Jets as a team right now in this season, but as an organization with a new coaching regime, with everything. Embracing the youth, giving them an increased role, giving them increased ice time. If Declan Chisholm was playing under Paul Maurice, do you really think he would have saw 14 minutes of ice time? Ask yourself that. How many times do we see guys play 6 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes getting called? And Nathan Bull used to play 2. This was everything I've liked about Adam Lowry's minute dispersion done to perfection. Perfect tonight, in my opinion. Everyone's minutes look great tonight. Like, everyone's. And this is a team of makeshift Moose prospects and consistent guys and also makeshift pairings. The only consistent part of the lineup this year defensively has been our pairings. Only part that's been consistent. And then you bring in all these guys, all these changes, and everything looked great. Josh Morrissey and Dylan DeMello, music to my ears. I loved everything about the pairings tonight. Every one of them thrived at different moments. Every single one of them. I'm very happy with this win. That's all I can say. I'm just extremely happy about this. This was what you needed to see from a Jets team that's been struggling all season long, putting on a rebound after a bad loss in Colorado, and even with a week off, still being able to be that consistent. Because let's not forget that the Jets still had some good, consistent elements throughout that game where they lost 7-1. Like I said, it's a weird game. You hate it because you lose 7-1, but you're like, this wasn't a terrible game. The score doesn't do the game justification, or doesn't justify it. It's tired, I'm late at night, and I want to eat my soup. It's right in front of me. I got homemade turkey soup. Got it before this video because it's hot. It's going to be that perfect temperature, you know what I mean? That perfect soup temperature. I'm looking forward to it. So with that being said, I'm happy the Jets won. This was improved play. I cannot wait for the next game. It might be in 17 years from now. It could be tomorrow. I really don't know because the schedule is changing every second of every day, it seems like. But with all that being said, let me know your thoughts on this game down in the comment section below. If you're new to this channel, a fan of hockey regardless of the team that you root for, definitely consider dropping a subscription. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, a crazy milestone, and I can't believe we're almost there. So thank you all for that support. As I always say, I wouldn't be making these videos if you guys didn't drop the likes and awesome comments down that you always do on each video. So with all that being said, have a great rest of your night. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow Zachary Nolan, Coach Ryan D. All the links in the description. Make sure to check out the Prairie Puck podcast as we have a new episode coming out tomorrow morning or mid-morning or mid-afternoon. I don't know when it's coming out, but it will be out, so turn on notifications. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. So with all that being said, have a great rest of your night, ladies and gentlemen. Go Jets go. Peace, love, and positivity. And bye-bye.